Hi everybody, I'm the top.
And I'm the bottom.
And this is From Top to Bottom, our very first video, as opposed to our podcast. Yeah. So we are actually at my apartment doing... Let me move this arrow out of the way. And we are going to get right into it. We're going to talk about Miss Kate Middleton. We just found out today that she is... Not only did she cut bangs, which was huge news, she's pregnant.
Only in England could cutting your bangs be big.
Oh no, it's not in England. It's us idiots over here in America.
Really?
It was all over the news.
God.
All over
Who
the news.
cares?
Well, I care. She looks cute.
Who cares? I mean...
But anyway, she's pregnant. So, what do you think?
Bun in the oven. Nothing says loving like a bun in the oven.
Well, honey, if I were her, I would get pregnant too. I'd get pregnant as quick as possible.
I think they're doing this just to divert attention away from the fact that there are some nudie pictures out there of her.
And they are. They haven't released them yet?
Not yet. Well, they have in France, but...
How can they... My question is, how can they have... Because they're not pictures that she took. They're pictures that someone, an onlooker...
They are. They're paparazzi. Some paparazzi took pictures of her while they were on a French Riviera or something like that. A getaway. I don't know. It was a getaway. It may not have been in France. But the photographer, I believe, was in France. And I don't know if it was Lohan.
She was nudie patootie?
She was nude, yeah. And they
like on the boat or something?
Yes. No, not Diana. I mean, but Diana, you didn't see any titties. Well, oh, and I remember, actually, it was their private chateau, right? And so...
And she just walks around naked?
She walked out on the deck naked.
Mm.
And so she walked out on the deck, click, 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 nipple, nipple.
Any coochie shots?
I don't think they got any coochie because I'm sure the deck covered that.
Oh, I'm sure her boobs look fine. Just release the stupid photos. Don't you think?
Well, for the royal family, that's just a blasphemy. Nobody takes pictures.
Oh, they love it.
Oh no, I'm not the old lady.
Oh well, I mean, girl, she don't even know what's going on anymore. What do you think of the whole? What do you think of the whole, like, is it turning, like, the whole Princess Diana debacle? Do you think that it's gonna turn into something like that?
Well, first, let me correct you. That was a tragedy.
Okay, sorry, debacle. You know what I mean, girl.
Yes.
I mean, who's gonna sing the Candle of the Wind song, girl?
Well,
It's gonna be Elton John.
I think it.
One Direction, maybe.
I can't see One Direction being. Okay.
Well, who's famous in England right now? Like Mumford and Son? Who's gonna sing the song when she dies? This is what I want to know.
What's that song they're singing right now?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway, so I do think it's different from Princess Diana in that Princess Diana was not a princess. Well, she got to keep the title, but she was not a princess at the time they took those pictures of her and Jodie Fayed on that boat.
Yeah, but I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, remember, Jodie Fayed was her lover after Prince Charles and they separated.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Prince Charles cheated on her with Camilla, that ugly hag he's with right now. She's ugly. And so he cheated on Princess Diana. Princess Diana got to keep her name. The royal family fought very hard to keep her from getting that title, princess. But because of his infidelity, they kind of had to secede that.
Oh wait, so he cheated?
He cheated on her.
Mm.
Yes, and that's why she was the people's princess, as we saw in that movie.
So why did they would just chase her around and stuff like that?
They would. I mean, she was Princess Diana. She was hot.
That's what I'm saying. This Kate Middleton, she's hot.
She had the future queen's children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and until she busts out a kid and William cheats on her, she's not going to get the same attention that Diana did. Also, Kate Middleton is very conservative as opposed to Diana. Diana would go out to kids in Africa, kiss them on the lips, you know.
You get so loud every time we do this. I mean, she's like, the volume goes up and up.
So, I mean,
Listen, hold on. Do you think that there's a chance that she could have an affair with the cute little brother?
With Prince Harry? Mm. I would only hope. That would be my thing. I'd have had
Did you see the pictures? Were there full frontal pictures?
There were no full frontal pictures. Mm. They were ass pictures. And he was
he
was covering himself.
See, I saw ones that were doctored on the internet that made it was a fake penis.
They were blurry. They were blurry pictures.
The ones I saw weren't.
But I have always secretly, I mean, been.
Who the fuck would let those people in those places take pictures of him like that?
Well, that is just crazy because I mean, everybody does it. Everybody has a cell phone. The problem was his like Secret Service counterpart, the Royal Guard or whatever. Mm-hmm. Why the hell weren't they keeping these girls?
He don't care. Pictures? Listen, I guarantee you, William is pissed that Harry gets to do whatever he wants.
This is the first time.
But Harry gets to do whatever he wants. Girl, he gets to drink. He gets to fuck girls whenever he wants, or fuck dudes, whatever it is. Hopefully, it's fucking dudes. And all that kind of
The queen will have your head.
All right, so our next subject
But if you are Prince Harry, please come to the
from
Americas.
toptobottom.net. Please,
we love you. Love the redheads.
Fucking bury my face. Okay, fiscal something. This is
Fiscal Cliff. Okay, so basically, back last year, sometime, the Congress, they couldn't make up their minds on whether we were going to increase revenue, which is higher taxes, which the Republicans didn't want to, or we were going to do spending cuts, which the Republicans wanted to, but the Democrats were not going to cut out Social Security, and unemployment, all that fun stuff. And so what happened was they agreed to appoint this bipartisan commission. Like 6 Democrats, 6 Republicans were supposed to get together. They were going to compromise on what cuts were going to need to happen and what revenue was going to need to be raised in order to save the economy. If they didn't agree, they called them the super committee, right? If that committee did not agree, then they agreed that there would be these automatic spending cuts. Basically, what was going to happen is all the tax rates were going to go back to Clinton-level tax era rates. So basically, all the Bush tax cuts were going to be like, which is what we need. But the Pentagon was going to get cut $1 trillion, which I argue is something else that we needed. All these other pet project spending programs that the Democrats like, unemployment benefits, food stamps, all that good stuff, all of that was going to get cut. And so basically that's what's happening. In another 20 days, if we do not agree on where to raise the money. Well, okay. Well, if the Congress, them sons of bitches that didn't do shit in Washington, D.C., don't agree, don't play nice in the frickin' sandbox, then the rest of us are going to get screwed. What that means for me and you, you do look pretty.
Just making sure.
What that means for us is our taxes should go up about $2,000. You know,
every year?
Well, we're a little bit too poor for that. But most people, middle income class,
the IRS isn't watching this one.
Most middle income people are going to have their taxes raised by $2,000.
Middle people?
Middle income people. Poor people, I don't think so. I don't want to go into how much money you make right now. That would be just kind of rude. And I don't say how much money I make because, of course, the IRS could be watching. And as we remember Studio 54, that's how they got kind of squashed. Is it they kind of challenged
Studio 54?
Yeah, the guys that own Studio 54, they challenged the IRS on national TV.
In Las Vegas?
No. In New York, back in the 70s.
Right, okay.
They were like, the IRS doesn't know how much money we make because it was all cash. And they went in there and audited them, and that's why.
So, anyways, what should happen? Because I personally don't have a clue what you're talking about.
What should happen is they need to play nice. They need to get along. Obviously, what President Obama recently suggested that we spend $1.6 trillion. And I know that sounds crazy because you're talking about, okay, we're going to spend money and we're bleeding money right now. We need to spend that money so that we can build roads. Tell me, how do you like the roads that you're traveling on? They're trash. They're trash. I don't care what part of the country you live in. I'm sure there's a road that needs to be fixed. Our bridges are screwed up. Some high-speed rail would be nice. Basically, we've got to get people working. The companies are doing it. For the last 4 years, they've sat on their asses, and they have basically not hired anybody. And we've given them tax breaks. We've catered to the small businesses and to the big banks.
5 seconds.
And so basically, we've got to go with Obama's plan, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so now to more pressing issues. Let me look at my notes here. Lindsey Lohan has been in the news a lot lately.
I have to fight for that serious moment.
And you know what, baby? You got it. 5 minutes to yourself. No, let's move on to more important things.
Like Lindsey
Lohan. Okay, so we were looking this up. It was kind of hard to find the actual statistics, but this lady, Lindsey Lohan,
a lady.
Who,
I'm sorry.
You know her from what? Mean Girls. I know her from Mean Girls.
I know her
Trap,
from the back
when she was
of
really young.
Cop cars.
So she's been arrested 8 times, and she's what, 28?
Sure.
Okay, so 8 times. We don't know how old she is. She's been arrested for cocaine possession, DUI, driving with a suspended license, theft twice, and this woman has money. It's like Winona Ryder all over again. She just now recently, like 2 days ago, got arrested in New York for assault.
She slapped a bitch. In a nightclub.
Oh.
She's so crazy. I mean, you go to a club, you know you a mess, you kind of...
No, but she thinks she's Lindsey Lohan. She thinks I can do whatever I want. This is the problem, though. Okay, Lindsey, listen, baby. First of all, I personally think her career, everyone's done with her.
Why doesn't she do like a Michael Jackson kind of a fairyland?
Michael Jackson was...
No, but go with me here. What was his ranch called? Neverland?
Yeah, something like that.
So why doesn't she do like a Neverland party scene where everybody can go to her place and party, and if she's a mess, it's private property. Kick them out.
Was that going to make her money?
No, but it's going to keep her partying.
Listen,
that is what she wants. You think she wants to make money?
What I was going to say was,
if
she tried to get a job, I'm just saying, listen, if she tried to get a job out in regular, she would never be able to hire you.
Out in regular?
Out in regular, you know what I mean, like us, the people.
if she was one of the people.
I mean, she could probably get a job doing hair because they never do a background check for me.
I don't think her problem is getting a job. I think she has enough money to live comfortably. Obviously,
what do you think, though? What do you think if this is... I mean, obviously this is from drugs, obviously.
Okay, drugs play a really...
Alcohol and fame has to be a huge part of it.
Alcohol is a big drug. I mean, it's
you know what I mean? Alcohol, drugs, whatever. Some people... I mean, whatever.
Rock and roll.
So, alcohol, drugs, and fame. And I think probably fame is something that... It gets discounted a lot. I really do.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there because we have like Beyonce. No,
yeah, but her people keep her in
what's
check.
That? Taylor Swift. All of these people out there. Katy Perry.
Yeah, but you add that.
They're not crazy.
Listen, I didn't talk during the fiscal. Listen, you add cocaine, which she's not doing this cocaine that me and you have had, sir. She is doing. Sorry, she is doing the cocaine. That is like pure cocaine. I mean, this shit fucking gets you high probably for a couple hours. She's drinking the best of the best.
She's close to the border as we are, though.
Listen, she's doing the best of the best and fame. She's getting followed around all the place. She loves that. You know, I'm sure when people are following her around, taking pictures of her, it's like, oh my god, I'm famous. I'm doing this.
Cocaine is cocaine. No, it's gonna get you screwed up, whether it's
all I gotta say is if I was
really
like
bad.
that, and if I had been famous and blah 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 blah, I would have probably been dead by now, girl.
Well, you know, I don't think God.
Don't bring God into this. Listen, okay. I'm just saying, as a perspective.
I'm just saying.
What else? Think of something else. Lindsey Lohan, pull it.
I would love to hear from our listeners. If you have a chance, go to our webpage from toptobottom.net. Or go to our Facebook page, write in something. Tell us, is Lindsey Lohan, is she like your Britney Spears? Leave Lindsey alone!
No, Britney Spears has got it together.
After a bunch of...
No, but she's... Britney Spears, if we want to talk about Britney Spears, her people are keeping her together.
Lindsey Lohan would never go on stage looking like a cow. Britney Spears...
No, she just goes on stage looking like her breath smells like kitty litter. I mean, she's disgusting. Like, that's another thing. It's like, what is happening to her face? It's like I don't even know.
She's an alien. I think she's been taken over by aliens.
We're gonna put some pictures up of like her arrest and all that kind of nonsense. So.
And I think we should start like a memorial fund for her, so that by the time she's dead, we'll have enough money to kind of do like some flowers.
It'll be like fire crotch. Something like Fire Crotch's memorial.
whatever you want. Obviously, I've talked too much.
Remember when her vagina, she was showing her vagina all over the place?
Remember
when
Lindsey
Snatch was
Lohan?
big? Yeah. It was like Britney, Paris,
Remember
and Lindsey.
when pussy wasn't fat?
I mean, it was never good here, honey. All right, darlings. Our next subject is NFL. Was he a quarterback?
Yes.
Okay, Jovan Belcher has killed his girlfriend and then has killed himself.
Now, what's crazy about this, and I don't
What
know if drugs or
drugs are always involved.
Well, but I mean, all this happened at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I mean,
so girl, after a long night of drugging.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's see what team he played for.
Philadelphia?
No, I don't think it's Philadelphia. It's a red uniform.
Who cares? He's black. That's all we know.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. Okay.
The Kansas City.
I mean, who are I?
You're
never
a
even heard of this
shitty
yet.
chief.
I've never even heard. Is this professional?
Yeah. The National Football League.
Okay, so what we're gonna get at.
Here's what happened. 7 o'clock in the morning. He shoots his girlfriend. Goes to his Arrowhead Stadium to meet with his trainer and whoever. Not the trainer, but the coach. Talks to them. Wah. Cops come out. And then as he sees them, he runs behind somewhere and shoots himself in the head. Now, obviously, I'm being very comical about this, but it is very serious. In the football community, it is tragedy. They're talking about, is it because of all the head trauma that they get?
Oh, please. They get millions of dollars. That's fine. Fuck the head trauma.
Well, there's also the talk of a domestic abuse issue.
Hold on, real quick. I think that with every situation, every person, famous or not, there are still crazy people. Correct?
Yes.
So, like, these people, like Lindsey Lohan, she's fucking a little cuckoo, too, on top of everything else.
On top.
And this guy, anyone that's going to shoot his girlfriend and shoot himself is crazy. I mean, I don't ever think, yes, do I want to kill people? I say, do I want to, yeah. Sometimes I want to kill someone, but I don't mean it. I just want to, like, strangle them until they pass out.
What some of these other people are saying is, what's with the NFL and domestic violence issues? I mean, in the NFL, a lot of team players have issues with domestic violence. Is there kind of a cause, reaction, or is there
because they're all idiots. They're all meatheads. Yes.
You're going to turn off a large portion of our audience.
Right. Okay, so...
Wait, there's still more.
Yes, go. Then get into it.
What about Bob Costas?
Okay,
Bob Costas came out and he quoted this other guy, this other guy's article. Like he read, this other guy's article. 20,000
talking about gun control and how... we say that guns
This is what it said. He said, handguns do not enhance our safety. They exacerbate our flaws, tempt us to escalate arguments, and bait us into embracing confrontation rather than avoiding it. In the coming days, Jovan Belcher's actions and their possible connection to football will be analyzed. These are all words of Jason Whitlock. He says, if Jovan Belcher didn't possess a gun, he and Cassandra Perkins would both be alive today.
Which is bullshit. If someone is gonna find if you want to kill a bitch, you will find a way to kill a bitch.
I will.
There is knives. There is stuff that they can do. You've heard of those people that cut the people up and then put them in garbage bags and bury them.
I mean, should we get rid of knives? I've got a few onions that would object to that.
No, but listen, I do get the whole thing though. Like the guns, people are getting a little wackadoo with these guns.
We need the.
And we're in Texas, so I understand that everyone has guns out here.
This reminds me of the Black Friday or whatever, and there was just in my neighborhood at the Sears next, and now I have a picture of where was I? I was at the JCPenney. But this happened in the Sears. Apparently, this guy punched another guy. He took out a gun. Everybody was like, "Rah!" The guy. So
it is a bit ridiculous. But this is the thing. How are you going to? It's just like the immigrants. No, but I have to say this. Okay,
the guns
but they said
immigrants.
There's 11 million.
The guns.
There's 3 years ago. There's 11 million immigrants, right, in the country.
Okay, how many Americans are there?
No, I understand. I understand we're a country. that.
How many Irish immigrants were there?
I understand. I just don't like when they wave their flags. It's like wave a United States flag.
What about the St. Patrick's Day parade? Walking down in
Boston.
Fun.
That's just
an excuse.
That's just an excuse to wear.
It's okay when
that's an excuse to wear green and drink green beer. I get that.
So what about
The Mexicans just want to run down the street. I'm joking.
We're cut 20 minutes.
I'm half Mexican from last night. We had it in
Okay,
so do you yay, nay, gun control? Like, do you think that there should be something done with gun control?
I do, but we've got to go on.
But how would we even know where to start with gun control?
Well, let's ask our listeners, what are your thoughts on gun control? Put it on our webpage, rate a comment. We'd like to know more. We'll go into this later. We've got to move on.
We don't give a shit. So, I mean, you can send it all you want. Alright, so, this is who's the bitch and who's the hoe, right? Is that how we call it? From top, this is our top, and who's the bottom? So our first one, darling, is going to be Shakira, and Antonio something Spanish is his last name.
Let me see.
He is. I didn't write it. I'm gonna go off. It's like chicken scratch. He is suing Shakira for $100 million.
$100 million
for they're breaking up or something. And
well, basically, he's suing her because they were.
They said they were business partners,
and she's now rich.
I think that it has to do. Shakira, like a week ago, tweeted a picture of her being pregnant with her new boyfriend. And that guy is hot.
Well, and if you look at this old guy, he's ugly. You need to go check out the picture.
He's probably got a big.
Is it Paris Hilton? Yeah, go to Paris.
Perez Hilton. Paris Hilton. It's gonna pop up the Hilton Hotel spell. I think this guy is gonna lose. I think Shakira's on top. He's on bottom, for sure.
Well, Shakira.
How is she gonna get 100? He's gonna get 100 million. She's not even worth $100 million.
You know, he should be a top just for being so absurd and cocky and thinking he could get it.
Really? All right, moving on. Lindsey Lohan versus the IRS. Oh my God, we forgot to say that. So the IRS has seized all of Lindsey Lohan's checking accounts and savings accounts because she did not pay her taxes in 2011.
That is correct.
So, who's on top, who's on bottom? I mean, I think this is a wash.
So the IRS...
I mean, not a wash, but I mean, IRS is going to fucking cover.
Well, but it depends who she hires as her attorney.
And thus far, Lindsey Lohan has gotten away with everything that she's done, honey.
So she's kind of she's got a big stick herself.
Someone needs to fucking slap her across her face.
Maybe
I think, you know what I think needs to happen? I think Lindsey Lohan and Chris Brown need to get together. That's what I think. Because she needs a good whooping. So, Lindsey Lohan, IRS, who's top, who's bottom?
I'm going to have to say Lindsey Lohan is top.
Oh, see, I'm going to say IRS. So, my peeps in the IRS, please don't contact me. Next is John, this is his.
Who? Oh, John Boehner or Harry Reid. Harry Reid is the majority is the majority leader in the Senate. He's like the bigwig in the Senate. Big nuts. And John Boehner is the guy, the suntan guy that always looks orange. He's the leader of the Republicans. So,
I'm going to go with Harry Reid because I'm from Las Vegas and that's where Harry Reid's from.
Well, and Harry Reid, pretty much John Boehner doesn't really have anything to stand on.
We're also assuming in this little section of ours that top and so bottom means you're the bitch and top means, so top's better?
No, none of them's better. None of them is better. You know, it depends on what the country wants. Does the country want to get fucked?
Baby. Only with good lubrication.
Well, John Boehner will spit on it. And
who's hotter, Harry Reid or John Boehner?
Ooh, we'll watch there.
Who would you fuck? I'd say Harry Reid.
I would kill myself.
I don't want orange all over me.
I would kill myself.
All right, moving on.
I can't imagine.
President Obama and Michelle Obama. Who's the top, who's the bottom? I love both of you. So
well, I'm going to say it depends on whose house we're in. If we're in Michelle's house, Michelle's going to be the top. If we're in the White House...
Yeah, I think President Obama's the top. Right?
Yeah.
Since he's... Well, no, but if we did this with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, I think Hillary Clinton would be on top.
Why?
Even if he was the president. Because, bitch, Hillary Clinton has got it going on.
But what about, like,
we already talked about this.
90s era?
Both. Anywhere. I think Bill Clinton was, like, just, like, walking by Hillary's like, you're right, let's go. You're going to get me into the White House, baby.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Coming from the top, I mean...
Okay, our very last one is Chelsea Handler or the E! Network. Who's top, who's bottom?
Well, I'm I'm going to have to say that the E! Network has to be the top.
No.
Why not? Chelsea Handler's never really fucked with them.
Is that a bunch of ladybugs just cornered? It is. So, I think Chelsea Handler's on top. I think she gets whatever she does, whatever she wants on the show.
I don't think so.
I think she owns E.
You think so? I'd love to hear more from the audience on that because I just don't think that's possible.
I think that but she just took over Conan O'Brien's. Remember when Conan O'Brien moved to NBC and then he was fired immediately or whatever? Mm-hmm. He had this big huge studio. She just took over that studio. I remember
that doesn't mean anything.
Well, I remember early on they wouldn't let her cuss, and then finally she just started cussing all the time, and she didn't care. And I don't know. I feel like she fucked the head of E.
Really?
What she did, yeah, she fucked the head of E. That's how she got the show. And she's very smart. I love you, Chelsea Handler. I'm not saying that, but I mean that helped out. Fucking that, and then she dumped him. Or whatever.
I don't think she's gonna care that you.
I think Chelsea Handler's top. I know. I'm just saying. I mean,
Chelsea, maybe one day. Come after him if you.
Fuck her.
If you say bad things, but he will be so hurt.
All right, so and this is the end of our show. We wanted to give a shout out. Look up his name. Oh. We wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Thong, our number one person on Facebook who likes everything. So we're gonna look up his name, and we also want to give a shout out.
He really does rock. We should have his name already done on there. I still have to make.
Listen, and Crap Pie from Deliza or something. I'm sorry, Deliza, if I said it wrong. I can't remember. Pie? No, or Shit Pie or she made something last night.
Are you sure it's not shepherd's pie?
It was it was like pineapple something else with like cherries with a stick of butter in it, and it was fucking phenomenal. Had that yesterday, so that's a shout out to Deliza. And then where is this? Cool. Did he unlike him? Did he unlike us?
No, not at all. David Ried. Thank you so much,
David.
Keep
coming back, baby.
You are awesome. We love you. What else? Great guy. He's out from North Carolina. We love our fans in North Carolina.
All right.
I had the best.
Anyways, so that is our show. I'm the top.
I'm the bottom.
And we'll see you next time.